Yo, yo, yo. What's good, everybody? It's your boy JT, opposite from the norm. Before I get started, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. When I seen this morning, it bothered me because I've been seeing brother for the last few weeks or so, and talking to Boyce Watkins and other people, and I don't know, it bothered me because of the person's character of the latter years, last decade or so. It's been bothering me, stuff I've been seeing. But real quick, I don't know. I think since I got my boy HD doing sports wrap ups for the week and financial Fridays, I may go ahead and do something on politics talk. But let's go and get into it. So, as you see, it says on the screen, Ice Cube defends working with Trump campaign on platinum plan for Black Americans. Trump's proposed platinum plan would include creating 3 million new jobs in the black community over the next 4 years, the campaign says. Rapper Ice Cube defends himself against social media attacks after the 2020 campaign 45 thanked him for working with the president on his platinum plan for Black Americans. All right. And this is Q's tweet facts. I put out the CWBA contract with Black America. Both parties contacted me. Democrats said we'll address the contract with Black America after the election. Trump campaign made some adjustments to the plan after talking with us about the CWBA. The backlash started after Trump advisor Katrina Pearson tweeted, "Shout out to Ice Cube for his willingness to step up and work with real Donald Trump administration to help develop the platinum plan. Leaders gonna lead, haters gonna hate. Thank you for leading." I don't know where the hell she got that from, because I doubt she listens to rap music. Anyways, so Trump $500 billion Black Plan America designates KKK Antifas as terrorist organizations. Commentary: Bakari Sellers posted that Ice Cube fell for something shiny with the Trump campaign. Biden has a black agenda and a racial equality agenda, he wrote. He has a black female vice president who will help oversee COVID recovery for a virus which, from a health and economic point of view, devastated black communities. He will appoint a black woman to the SCOTUS. All right. For some critics, Ice Cube working with the Trump campaign seemed like a far cry from his NWA days when he was recording songs like F the Police, which appeared on the group's Straight Outta Compton album in '88. Trump says he's done more for Black America than any president other than Lincoln. Trump's proposed platinum plan would include creating 3 million new jobs in the black community over the next 4 years, increasing access to capital by nearly $500 billion, and strengthening Trump's immigration policies to protect American jobs, according to his website. Okay, this is the thing we have to realize. And let me go back to what I was saying about Cube. Okay, he also did an interview with Big Boy. Big Boy asked him about his support for Cube, but Cube didn't say anything about, no, I don't support Trump, I'm only worried about the policies or nothing like that. He just referenced old songs where he told me, well, I made a song called Arrest the President, so you know how I feel about that, Blase Squads, and he's talking about black communities need to get dollars for improvements. Okay, the reason why I have a problem with Cube for the last 10 years or so, I'm seeing all these discrepancies he's had with artists that was on his record label. I've heard artists here and there that he's beef with in the past say they squashed their beef, but the artists seem to kind of still feel some type of way about Cube, that the ones he's so-called squashed the beef with. And a lot of artists that he was still close with for years, he didn't squash the beef with. So I had an issue with that, and a lot of artists saying that his wife was part of the problem. Issues with Mac 10 because of his brother-in-law, his sister's wife. His wife's brother. So they had a falling out about some situations that happened over there. And it just seems like Cube had been selling out a lot. You know what I'm saying? When I found out what happened with the Friday franchise where, he wasn't paying people good at first in the beginning, and then you got Ezel, AJ Johnson, who said he did him wrong and stuff like that. So I was hearing that, and I started questioning Cube's integrity. He seemed more about the money and screwed a lot of people over and just became like the same establishment that he was blaming for screwing him over. So it was like, I don't know about this dude no more. So, but, I was a huge Cube fan back in the days. And he made a lot of songs going against the establishment. You know what I'm saying? I always respected him lyrically and songs like that that had social meaning and awareness and consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Besides the hood music that you heard. But the problem I have is we keep allowing artists and entertainers and athletes to be the voice for our communities. And then you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm not going to necessarily dog him out, because we have to do more as a community. It can't just be about Cube and LeBron and, you know what I'm saying, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and all these people that's talking to these people for us. No offense, but they're entertainers and athletes. Their focus should be what they're going on. And I appreciate the ones that really mean it sincerely, but the problem is, as soon as they step in and try to do something and somebody says something otherwise, it makes them look bad. Just like Trump. Like Cube says, hold on, every side is the dark side for us here in America. They're all the same until something changes for us. They all lie and they all cheat, but we can't afford to negotiate with whoever is in power, or our condition in this country will never change. Our justice is bipartisan. Somebody wrote, my hip-hop hero Ice Cube is working with the dark side. I haven't felt this low since Kobe passed. God rest his soul. Heartbreaking. Cube, I'm not sure you understand how much we value your voice, and we will see you jump in the shark. It kills us, especially in 2020. All right, so this is my thing. They don't understand politics. A lot of these athletes and entertainers don't understand politics. You know what I'm saying? You see now they jumping in trying to say something when you had years to try to jump in and say something. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Cube hasn't helped a lot of brothers and sisters out. It's the same thing with Master P. They helped a lot of brothers and sisters out. But the problem is, we can't expect them to know everything and understand everything. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about dollars, but we got to be also talking about healthcare when it comes to our people, because I don't know what it is now, but I remember the last time couple months ago or so when they said 40% of the people that passed away from this virus has been black people. So that's another issue we have to talk about, is our healthcare. Like, is it Medicaid that's going to really help us, or I think Obamacare is not an issue no more. But, you know what I'm saying, what is our health care going to be? What are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? I find myself now and many others, we talking about health care as we get older and what we can do for ourselves and our families. So it can't just be on these entertainers, and that's the problem. They're always talking to entertainers. You see them talking to Breakfast Club. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong for them to get involved, but we need to see more of them talking to people that really, really have some kind of knowledge and sense that's not just entertainers. They might be public, but they're not just entertainers. Like, you don't see Trump or anybody from his side talking to somebody like a Roland Martin, who actually know how to break things down and actually does talk to conservatives a lot. Like, when I watch his channel, he has conservatives on there a lot, whether they agree or disagree. He has them on there so they can have a conversation. You don't see Trump and none of his people dealing with them. You don't see a lot of these so-called Brandon Tatums and Candace Owens and Larry Elders talking to these people. You know what I'm saying? They just talking at them, but they don't talk to them, and then they'll say a lot of lies. They're just puppets. They're just for entertainment. They're the mascots. You know what I'm saying? But they'll reach out and talk to Ice Cube, LeBron James, Cardi B. Why are you talking to these entertainers and not talking to the people that actually got knowledge and sense, that's been doing political, like actual actively dealing with political things, and that's what they do. That's what a Roland Martin does. You know what I'm saying? But they're not talking to people like him. They're talking to Cardi B. And this is what I realize, as a people, we got to start talking to each other about what we're going to do and stop being so confused. It has to be all the things that we can do. And not only that, now Cube did at least say we got to put pressure on them. That's something I agree with. We got to put pressure on them. But this is my thing. We can't say that this is what they're going to do over the next 4 years. You got to realize something. All the stuff that Trump said he's done for black people is a lie. We have to really start doing our due diligence on researching. If you honestly go and look and check on all the things he said he's done for black people, it's not something that has not already done for black people, and you see what it has not done for us. Like, think about it. He's saying all these millions of jobs he's going to get for us. You got to realize something. Before and since the virus hit, that's the amount of jobs we lost. So you're saying it's just going to go back to right before the virus hit? It needs to be more than 3 million jobs. It needs to be more than $500 billion over the next 4 years. All you talking about doing is getting it back to where you got it when Obama was leaving office. This is what we gotta understand. A lot of these jobs and things that he did, people don't do their research. You gotta do your research. The economy, like Biden was in line when he said when Trump got the economy, it was booming. It was going up. And then when the virus happened, he didn't act on it when he should have acted on it, saying it's a hoax by the Democrats when it had nothing to do with the Democrats. Because if you look at it now, who's he blaming? He blaming China. Really, he need to be blaming himself because your operatives had already, your intelligence already told you since before 2020 came in, it was something coming. They already told him that, and he didn't listen to him. And then the people that worked under Obama administration doesn't mean they had necessarily ties to Obama administration. Of course, they're gonna be like, "We did a great job with them. Let's see what we can do with you." But then you fire them. You fired off the health general. You fired the staff that was working under him. You fired all of these people that helped, you know what I'm saying, be quickly responsive when things was going like Ebola and all of that stuff. He fired those people. They had a track record of dealing with these things before they happened. God bless them to get it under control. But he didn't act on it. So how can we trust that he's going to be able to do anything for black people when he got to make sure he keep his rich constituents straight in the what you call it, like his lobbyists. This is what we got to realize. The only reason why I would say I would rather get Biden instead of 45 is because I seen already what Biden did under the under the Obama administration. I ain't saying I trust him or nothing, but we need to start putting pressure on a lot of these ones. But at least he has a track record or something, because we have to worry about our health first. Right now, health is the most important thing, because if your health ain't good, it don't matter what kind of dollar somebody can throw at you if you sick. It don't matter. You got to make sure the healthcare situation is good and the right people are in place and our education and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But Cube has to be careful. He jumping out there, man, and you got to realize what's going against it. You're not just talking about rapping. You're talking about actually doing this and doing that. But he's had years to do that. A lot of people had years to do that. Like, let me show you something real quick. All right. Back to my boy Pac. This is why I missed this brother got arrested. So, on this day, August 15th, 19 years ago, a very historic moment in hip-hop took place. Tupac and Death Row attended the Brotherhood Crusades rally and joined the fight against Proposition 209. Proposition 209, also known as the California Civil Rights Initiative, or CCRI, is a California ballot proposition which, upon approval in November 96, amended the state constitution to prohibit state governmental institutions from considering race, sex, or ethnicity specifically in the areas of public employment, public contracting, and public education. See, back then, and this is why it's so sad that Suge, God help him, God bless him, that Suge didn't make sure they kept the gangster stuff under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pac should have never ran over there to put his hand on Orlando Anderson. He should have never did that. And Mob James said it best. He was like, you got to understand something. Him being a rapper, regardless of how anybody felt about Pac, thug life, whatever, he's a rapper still. You know what I'm saying? Just got to be honest. At the time, he's a rapper. He's not no street dude. So Mob James is like, yeah, I'm sure Orlando Anderson was like, you know, I gotta get this fool. He a rapper. I can't go back to the hood and everybody know a rapper beat me up like that. I had to get him. You know what I'm saying? God rest all brothers on both sides that came from that situation, because it's so sad we come up like this and from our communities and killing and hurting each other. And you know what I'm saying, the system, you know what I'm saying, is knocking out two birds with one stone, because one person's dead, the other person is going to prison. You know what I'm saying? Or if not, both of them dead. That's what they want. So, but like I'm showing you here, y'all can look it up because it showed the video, you know what I'm saying, them talking about the voting and stuff. But I just wanted to show y'all this because it breaks down what they're talking about. Because in the video, it's a lengthy video. If you see the full clip video, because I believe from what I seen, one brother comes up that kind of explains what it is. But this is giving you exactly what it is, and y'all can look it up. Proposition 209. What's so sad, after Pac died, which was in September 13th, they lost. You know what I'm saying? Got lost. But these brothers would have been strong voices, because at this time Pac had 6 million sales for All Eyes on Me. Snoop had 4, and the Dog Pound had 3. So you know they would have won that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like almost 6 million for the yes on it, and then almost 5 million for the no. And this is what happened in California, man. It's just certain people was able to outvote it. But this is why it matters. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Pac, no offense to Cube and everybody else, but Pac growing up in a Black Panther family, they was aware of these type of things on what it meant to vote. Like, they was the first ones to come out and say what it is about collectively, because you got Ida B. Wells that was talking about, having a shotgun, her grandmother and family, you know what I'm saying, when the KKK tried to come up to their crib, grands pull out that thing, you know what I'm saying, let them know what time it was. So she was advocate for black gun rights. That was like one of the first persons well known. That's why I give so much shout outs and respect to Ida B. Wells. Y'all go do y'all research on that black sister, God rest her soul. That was a strong sister. They try to say she was talking about um, having a voice and feminist rights, but white women kept trying to push her to the side, so she eventually stopped messing with them. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he grew up Black Panther wise. So these are the things that he knew about. The Black Panthers was the first collective of black people that came and talked about gun rights. You know what I'm saying? Because after they got their guns, then they started changing things. But of course, like I'm saying again, I just want to know how y'all feel. Like I said, I feel sadly enough, Ice Cube, he probably be taking on more than he can bear. He talking about he worked with Trump and all that, and both sides are dark sides. But this is what we gotta understand. They're saying over the next 4 years, if we vote Republican, and I don't believe 45. You know what I'm saying? I think 45 is tricking Cube, and look how they shotted him out to get these votes. That's all it is. It's just about votes. That's all it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think about what Cube doing. This your boy JT Opposite from the Like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna get back at y'all with more for sure.